You'd better stop all of that right now. I know without a doubt in my mind that you were the one who had called the reception hall and had our wedding canceled.
What? What could you possibly be talking about right now? I have no idea, Nina.
I just got a call from the reception hall about it. They told me that a female with the same last name as the groom called the reception hall and said that she wanted the wedding canceled. But I went ahead and told them that it was not me.
Oh my. You totally forgot about you calling them to cancel that wedding, did you? So not only are you a moneyless loser, but you seem to have no brain in that head of yours, Nina. Well, it's totally worth having that wedding canceled now if you can't seem to control yourself.
What?
You called them yourself to ask for the wedding to be canceled, right? Yet you went and forgot all about that and then started to blame me for being the one to call them. Could this mean you have a split personality or something? I'm sorry, but I don't want to become the sister-in-law of a woman with those problems. I think having the wedding canceled is the right move here.
You are really trying so hard to hide the fact that you did this. Well, if you really want me to believe I did it myself, then so be it. At least you called the dummy reception hall that we set up for, so it's not like the actual wedding will be affected at all.
Huh? You wait just a second. What do you mean by the dummy reception hall?
To tell you the truth now, we lied to you about the location of our wedding. We're really having it take place at a completely different place.
What did you say?
You've always been up to no good when it comes to me, so we had to act ahead of you. I mean, before, it was you canceling the reservations we had for the restaurant we planned on meeting you and your parents at. Then it was you canceling the reservation for us to go and have a look at some houses. So in order to be one step ahead of you, this time we set up a fake wedding, and you took the bait.
I cannot believe this. You lied to me in order to save your guys' wedding? Were you guys planning on never telling me the actual location of your wedding and just having me not show up to it? Me, the daughter of a CEO? Me, who is the one whose father is the owner of a very powerful company?
We weren't planning on not having you come or anything like that. We planned to tell you the real location of the wedding the day before. But seeing that you actually did fall for our trap and tried to cancel our wedding, your brother and I were totally right having set up a dummy wedding for you.
You're the worst woman ever, telling the daughter of a CEO, me, a lie like that.
I didn't lie to you in order to mess with you or anything, right? I just wanted to make sure this wedding would be safe from your antics. And, well, I'm happy we did end up making a plan for you.
You freaking cheeky woman. I don't want you to ever be a part of my family. I cannot believe that my little brother is wanting to marry some moneyless woman like you. No matter what you try and do to save your wedding, I'm going to have it canceled.
No matter what? It's looking more and more like a good idea to me to keep the actual wedding's location a secret from you.
Shut up. Do not talk back to me like that, you poor loser. I know that you only want to be a part of my family in order to get to my family's assets. I do not want some sly woman like you in my family taking all that we've worked so hard for. No matter what you do, that wedding is not going to happen. I'll make sure of it. I hope you aren't set on having a future being married to a wealthy man.
I just saw your text. I never would have thought my sister would actually take the bait and try to have our wedding canceled like that.
But luckily we did set up that dummy, so our wedding is still in the clear. However, we really need to start thinking about what to do with your sister. I didn't actually think that she'd be this against the two of us getting married.
I'm shocked by how far she's going myself. She really did it this time, trying to cancel what's going to be the happiest day of our lives.
Do you know why she's so against you and I getting married, though? I get that the family I come from is average compared to your family, Aiden. But she keeps treating me horribly because she thinks I'm without any money. There has to be another reason behind why she doesn't want me to marry you. Do you think I upset her in some way a while back and never noticed any of it?
No, I don't think there's any other reason to her craziness right now. She just doesn't like the fact that you're going to marry me. We haven't done anything wrong, Nina, so don't worry about that.
What? So she just doesn't like me then? So she doesn't like me marrying you, and that's what's driven her to do all this insane crap?
I'm sure you've already noticed this about her, but Danielle's pride is very high. She's been the daughter of a CEO ever since she was born and has been treated to pretty much everything because of it. And because of that upbringing, she has always looked down on those around her, finding that her own family will always be better than everyone else. Because of that, my dad has chosen to give up on her completely.
What?
My dad has already told me his plans regarding her. He said that he's going to end up giving his company to me when he retires. When she found out about that, she flipped. I guess she just assumed that she'd be getting the company without having to show anything for it, and would be able to live her fabulous life forever. That is probably another reason why she doesn't want us getting married. She probably doesn't want you getting part of the money I receive as CEO when you're my wife, so she's been trying to get you out of the family.
What the heck? So really, it's just her that cares about the money and your family's assets.
And I'm sure she's pretty pissed about the fact that she'll never get to become a CEO of the company my dad has. And once you're my wife, she'll probably no longer be allowed to do all the things she wants, because my mom and dad will be focused on us. She's pretty much going to lose her ability to be spoiled by the family's money, and she is not fond of that at all. And so she's going to all lengths to try and get our wedding and marriage cancelled.
Well, I guess I understand now. Now there's at least some reasoning behind her madness.
My dad was always thinking of still having my sister become a part of his company. She might be a total witch, but she's not stupid. But every day her pride just continues to grow, and it's not worth it anymore for my dad to do anything with her. The fact that she thinks she's better than everyone for no good reason has really put my dad off ever wanting anything to do with her. He can tell that if he puts Danielle in charge of anything within his company, the place would fall apart in a day.
Well, nobody is going to want to work for or with someone who is going to constantly belittle them. Having her be in any leadership positions there would definitely spell trouble.
I'm sure that even she knows that she would never actually be able to handle the responsibilities, especially after she's done things like this to you. Just know that there is no way our wedding is going to be cancelled by her, but we're still going to have to watch over things just to make sure.
I sure hope this wedding doesn't get harmed by her. She's like some kind of wild cat with claws that keep on going every time she feels that her future of luxury and money is being threatened.
I think once the wedding is over, she's going to give up once and for all. So, although I'm sure this is causing you a lot of worry, can you just deal with her a little more? We just have to make it to the wedding, and after that, things will be alright.
Well, we only have a month left before the wedding, right? As long as she doesn't find out about the true location of our wedding, everything's going to be fine on my end. Let's make sure this wedding goes perfectly, all right?
Do you see what happens now? I think this means your wedding is canceled now. I mean, you're the bride, but you're all covered in that dark red wine now. That beautiful white wedding dress of yours is completely covered in it. What the hell do you think you're doing, Danielle? Do you have any idea what you just did to me? Pouring wine all over me like that from behind? Well, it's your fault for never telling me about your actual wedding plans until the last minute. Had you just told me, then we would have never had to come to this point we're at now. Do you really want for our wedding to be canceled that badly? Even if you are able to cancel this wedding, it's not going to increase your chance of getting the company from your dad any. Shut the hell up, you moneyless witch! I am never going to give up on getting my dad's company. The company, the money it has, and all the other assets from it are going to be mine because I'm my dad's first child. So to me, a woman like you coming into the wedding with my brother is nothing more than an obstacle. Excuse me? My dad has been saying he plans on giving the company to Aiden, but I think there's still time. A man that's been slighted by his older sister is never going to run any company. So I've been making plans all along to make sure the company falls back into my hands. I have to make sure that you and him don't get married, because if you were to become a part of my family and then started to have kids, both of my parents would fall for their grandbabies and would never turn around and let me have the company ever again. So that's why I'm going all out to make sure you never marry Aiden.
So that's your reasoning behind all this then? You poured wine all over me because of your future?
I find that moneyless lowlives like you look great covered in red, sticky wine. And actually, I think that once my dad sees how you look right now, he'll be on the same page as me. He would never want a disgusting woman like you to become a part of his great and wealthy family.
Huh?
Go ahead and cry about it, you baby. I loved the look on your face after I drenched you in wine. Thinking of how much it looked like you wanted to cry makes me laugh my butt off.
You are the worst. And I mean that. Get your laughs in now for all the rude things you've done to me, because after today, you won't be laughing anymore.
Stop it with all that talking and hurry up on canceling this wedding. I want a poor loser like you to get out of my life forever. You can't have a wedding anymore when you're covered in wine from head to toe.
Then I guess this wedding is canceled.
And once you've done that, never come around my family again. I want you to promise me that you'll stay away from my family and our money forever.
I don't really care about all that, but are you sure that you're okay with this? You're about to be losing your dad, one of his biggest customers, if this wedding is canceled. And once that's happened, who knows what's going to happen to his company?
What?
I think you should hurry up and go take a look at your parents' faces right now. Both of them look like ghosts right now and on the brink of collapsing. So white that the color of all this wine on my dress really pops when standing next to them.
Wait a second. What kind of customer are you talking about? What? You're nothing more than an average person, right? Which means all you work are like 3 part-time jobs or something to stay afloat, right?
What?
You had said that yourself before, right? You were talking about how back when you were in college, you had to pay for the costs all by yourself, and that required you to work so many jobs. And you were talking about how much of a failure your parents are because they were never able to save up any money for your education. And about how those two being your parents really ruined your life and turned you into a low-life runt.
My parents happen to both be very amazing people. They both love to take on large challenges and even have started businesses overseas.
What?
They aren't really known for having any companies here in the States, but overseas they have quite a few large ones. And I happen to be their daughter. So, just like you, I happen to be the daughter of a couple CEOs.
What?
For as long as I can remember, I was living overseas all my life as a young girl. But once it was time for high school, I came back to the States to go somewhere here. And while I was here back in the US by myself, I got asked to do something by my parents. They said if I planned on going to college in the US that I'd have to pay for it all by myself. Well, they covered some of my tuition, but besides that, I was on my own. They wanted to see just how well I could handle myself when challenged with having to be my only supporting pillar.
What?
And after a while of being on my own, I was able to get the hang of life and work for whatever money I needed. That's why I was talking about how in college I had to pay for everything myself. And that's why I was having to work so many part-time jobs.
So that's what was going on?
But of course, as a student, you can really only make so much for yourself. So for a while, I did have to struggle a bit with choosing what I could and couldn't afford. But when I think back on all that, the experience I gained was really worth it. I was able to learn how to manage my life with just a little bit of money I earned. And I don't think you should be making fun of me for gaining that kind of experience. If anything, you should be respecting me for going through something like that and making it out okay.
Oh crap. My mom and dad are looking for me right now. You just told me they were both ghostly white, but right now they're as red as lobsters. I can tell that they're really, really pissed off.
I'm sure they are. You went ahead and poured wine all over the bride on her wedding day. And this wasn't just about marrying your brother, but about the talks I had with your dad on a business level. I think it's only fair that everyone involved in those talks would be pissed at you.
But I didn't know you were this kind of person back when I did all of that, so this was just bound to happen.
Go ahead and make up all kinds of excuses for it. I'd like you to go and tell your dad all of them right now. I'm going to go now. And just as you had wanted, this wedding is being canceled.
Please help me, Nina. Do something to get my dad to stop being so upset with me.
What was that? What's happened to you? Did all those excuses you have not work out so well?
He didn't listen to a thing I said and slapped me 3 times across my face. He has never touched me before like that. My face is super swollen now and it really stings.
Wow, so he's a lot more mad than even I thought.
This is all horrible. He's told me that he had planned to talk at the wedding about how my brother would be the next CEO of his company. And he he had a lot of the bigwigs from his company there at the wedding to hear about the news. He wanted this wedding to double as a party for the news about Aiden becoming the next confirmed CEO.
Wow, is that right?
But now he's blaming me for the whole thing crumbling into shambles, and that I'm the cause for what will soon be a huge mess that he has to clean up regarding the company. And he's told me that I've embarrassed the whole family.
And now that I think about it, there were around 200 people joining us for the wedding. And most of those people there happened to be a lot of the people we know from work, and those that are currently working for your dad.
My dad slapped me with all his strength, Nina. He wants me to leave his family now. He told me he doesn't even see me as his daughter anymore, so I'm to leave the house.
Really? So your dad is cutting ties to you now?
He is! I tried to apologize to him so many times now, but no matter how much I try, he's not going to listen to me. He's even told me he's done giving me any money and that I'm to get my own money now. I'm going to be kicked out of the house right now and will be forced to live on my own. And he doesn't want me ever coming around the family again.
You've always been feeding off the money that your dad's given you, right? Life's going to be pretty difficult now without any money going to you anymore.
You think that my life is going to only become difficult now? I won't be getting anything from them anymore, so life is impossible for me now. I can't live without someone giving me money.
But you can live in an impossible state. You just have to try is all, and then I'm sure you'll find some way to carry on, right?
I don't want to try, though. I want you to go and make things right for me with my dad. If you can do that for me, then I'll be kind with you from now on. I'll even allow you to marry Aiden.
What?
We won't be just sister-in-laws then, but actual sisters. We already are that way, right? Sisters? You would never want your older sister to go through all this crap like I am now, right? So as my little sister, go and do something to make sure I'm saved. You do think of me as your sister, right? You've always been an only child, which means you have been dying to have a sister of any kind. If you help me out with this, then I'll be your older sister forever.
I don't need some scummy older sister like you, so no thanks.
What?
And I don't feel bad for you at all, actually. So please stop trying to get me to help with your struggle.
Do you have any idea what terrible things you've just said to your older sister? I'm trying so hard to get someone to help me out here, and I've even said I'll be nice to you from now on, and you're still going to fight back?
If you think that Nina is fighting back at you for what you've done to her after calling her such horrible things, then you really are a monster of a woman. You have no right to be asking anyone for help after what you did to her at the wedding yesterday. You ruined that wedding of ours and still haven't seemed to realize that yet.
What? Wait, is that you, Aiden? Do you have Nina's phone now?
I'm asking you to please just leave Nina and I alone, alright? I'm going to be getting the company from Dad very soon. And once that happens, there will be no place in this family for you.
Wait a sec. Why are you not on my side in all of this? You're my little brother.
Well, if you wanted me to side with you, you should have acted like a grown-up.
What?
Your pride has grown too big for your own good, and it's made living with you as your sibling hell. You always acted like everyone around us was horrible while trying to be kind to me. But it always had the opposite effect, leading up to you ruining my wedding with the woman I love. I was really hoping that you would get along with her, because I wanted to make her my wife, but you never came around to her, and that pushed me to my limits.
What?
On the most important day of my life, you poured wine all over the most important woman of my life. I don't care how long I've been your family, I'm not forgiving you over that. Now that I'm next in line to becoming the CEO, I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power to keep you away from us. I'm going to get rid of the horrible influence that's been tarnishing my family's name once and for all.
What? Wait a second, Aiden. What the hell has happened to you? You were never the kind of boy that would say such scary things as that to me.
I told you, I have to get rid of the bad influence in my family. In order to do that, I need to change into a real man. The man my family needs. The man that has to be here to protect his wife who's been hurt. I've had enough of you, Danielle.
No way.
This is not just Dad kicking you out of the family, but everyone. We are all finished with your BS and are cutting ties to you. Never, ever come around us again.
But that's not going to be good for me. I've never worked a job in my life, and you know that. And I've just been trying to live off the money Dad makes with his company. Please do anything besides cutting ties to me and ending the money you give me.
Then you get your butt over to us right now and apologize in person. You come tell us just how sorry you really are after ruining our wedding. If you want to be forgiven for all your sins, then you're going to have to start by begging. I want you on your hands and knees begging us for forgiveness after pouring wine all down my wife's head and dress.
What?
Although I'm sure you of all people will never be able to understand what I'm asking for. You probably have no idea what trouble you've just caused for her whole family yesterday.
But you're asking me to get on my hands and knees, all because I poured some wine on her?
I never said I was going to force you to come here. I'm just saying that if you don't come over here right now begging for our forgiveness, then we're done with you.
What?
Honestly, I'm starting to think it's better not to forgive you. I'd actually like to see you struggle for the rest of your life after what you've done. I want you to turn out like Nina after having to go through a difficult time in life that's made you fend for yourself. Do your best with that new life you have coming, Danielle. I promise I'll be doing my best as the next CEO of Dad's company.
After that, I'm not sure if it was her pride getting the best of her or not, but Daniela never came to us to apologize and beg. And she eventually did end up getting kicked out of her parents' house and forced into a small apartment downtown where she's begun living on her own. But of course, never having learned how to take care of herself, she's had trouble finding a part-time job where she can actually last more than a couple of days. So because of that, she's had a really rough time getting back on her own 2 feet. However, I'm thinking that someday she will be able to learn her way around and become a better adult from it. As for Aiden and myself, I had managed to have a spare dress prepared for me in case any sort of damage occurred to the main dress. So all I had to do was go grab that backup dress and wear it to my wedding, which had been put back on. But before getting the wedding started again, we made sure to not let Daniela get any word of it. So we made sure everyone didn't post or say anything about it online to keep her away. I really hope that by having her excluded from the rest of her family and the company now, she'll learn that everything she did was wrong. And hopefully, if and when that day comes around, she's supporting herself well enough that she never has to make an attempt to come back.
Megan, it's been such a long time since we last talked. Well, today I have something I'd like to ask you. Do you think you can call me?
Huh? Anita? It's been so long. I think the last time we saw one another was at that high school reunion a while back. Anyways, as for calling you, I'm on the road right now and can't call you to talk right now, but we can text one another still. Does that work for you?
Well, I guess it'll have to do. It was maybe a year ago we had that high school reunion, right? Why didn't you tell me about everything clearly back then?
Tell you everything clearly? What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb with me. At that time you were trying to play things off around me.
I'm sorry, Anita, but I'm not seeing where this is supposed to be going.
I'm talking about when we had that after party after the reunion. I got a message from your boyfriend. And he was talking about how he had plans for you and him to go to a restaurant for your birthday and that he had already reserved you guys' seats. You know about that, right?
Well, now that you mention it, he did take me out for my birthday. And what about that?
That dinner was when he proposed to you and everything, right?
Well, yeah, he did end up proposing to me on my birthday at the dinner. But why do you know all about that?
Well, I wanted to hear it from you that you're going to be marrying him. I heard about this already, but need to confirm.
How did you hear about all of that when I haven't even sent out the invitations yet or anything about us getting married?
Can you stop acting like I don't have my ways? Don't tell me that back then when he was talking about the birthday plans he had for you that he was bragging about proposing to you on that day. I bet that he was doing that because you asked him to as a way of rubbing your man in my face.
Hold on for 1 second, Anita. Why do you think I sent my boyfriend back to you to rub all that in your face? I never meant for anything like that at the party. Actually, at the party, he was just wanting to talk about his plans for me with other people to get their take on it. And I'm sure that it may have just come off as him bragging or myself bragging because he was explaining how happy he was to finally have a chance to propose to me.
Well, you planned all that out to make me jealous.
Why do you think either of us would be bragging in the first place about our relationship? I don't have any reason to be bragging to you or anyone for that matter.
Stop it with all that crap, Megan! I know everything about you and that boyfriend of yours. You stole my fiancé from me, Megan.
Huh? I stole your fiancé? Wait, I have zero idea of what you're getting at now.
You really are so naive. After I learned that you had stolen my fiancé, you still didn't even bother to recognize that and apologize to me. I told you, right? I know more than you think, and that my situation is a lot more complex than you think.
Can you explain to me what you mean by me having stolen your fiancé? I didn't even know that you had been engaged to anyone at that time.
The man that you're planning to marry is the man that I was destined to marry first.
What? You're joking about that, right? Because I remember at the reunion that you said you had a boyfriend of your own and that he was not my boyfriend, right? I mean, he couldn't have been my boyfriend because I've been together with him for 3 years now.
And you stabbed me in the back 3 years ago, you two!
I stabbed you in the back? I am so lost right now. Are you sure that you're not mistaking me and my man for some other couple? Like, you might have the wrong person here.
There's no way I have the wrong person. I have proof that you're with my fiancé from someone that was there with all of you when you guys began planning out the wedding.
What does that mean?
My mom works at that wedding hall. She isn't the one in charge of preparing your wedding, though. Back in high school, you would come over to my house, right?
Was that back when we had that Halloween party at school and after your family let me come over and stay the night?
Yes, and my mom remembered your face from that night. And recently, when she saw you at the wedding hall, she told me that she saw one of my friends there with my fiancé preparing their wedding.
So you're telling me your mom is the one that's witnessed me with your fiancé?
That's right. He is supposed to be my fiancé, yet right now it seems he's going to be marrying you. Why? You give my fiancé back to me right now.
What are you talking about?
Your man is a doctor, right? He's one because the rest of his family is doctors, right? Well, I want to marry him because if I can become his wife, I'll never have to worry about money again. So give me back my happiness.
He is, in fact, a doctor. Are you sure? Are you sure that my fiancé is supposed to be getting married to you?
I know that you're the one that's wanting to steal everything that makes me happy. I am not going to let you get away with this.
Wait a second, though. Can we wait until after you've calmed down and talk about all of this again? I need to talk with my fiancé about all of this as well. Do you think we can all go out and talk about this face-to-face somewhere? Anita?
This is the first time I've ever had to be the one to contact anyone like this. Anyway, I am Anita's mother.
Hello? Is there any reason for why I'm getting contacted by you right now instead of Anita?
Well, because of the current situation at hand right now after you stole my daughter's fiancé from her, I have to be here to talk with you. I have something I'd like to ask of you, and that's why I decided to text you right away instead of let Anita handle everything.
Wait a moment. I never planned to steal Anita's fiancé. And to tell you the truth, I talked with him about Anita and her story, but he told me he doesn't know anything about her.
That's not the case, Megan. I saw you with him very clearly. I saw you with her fiancé when the two of you came to the wedding hall to start planning you guys' wedding out.
Her fiancé? Are you sure that my fiancé doesn't just look similar to hers?
No way. He's definitely her fiancé. I don't remember what his first name is, but that last name of his is pretty rare, so I remember that. And on the day that you came to the wedding hall with him, I was able to see his last name on all the paperwork you both signed.
What? Both myself and my fiancé have no idea what you both are going on about. And for a long time now, I haven't even known that Anita was engaged to anyone yet.
At first, her and her fiancé had broken off wanting to get married.
They broke off getting married?
Anita didn't want to do that, but after talking about marriage and proposing to her, her fiancé later told her he was no longer wanting it. And after that, he stopped talking to her.
You're saying that a little bit after proposing to her, her boyfriend took it back and then left her? Did she actually get proposed to?
She did not. Not in the traditional way, that is. Anita just knew it was implied that he wanted her to be his wife. But now, after learning about you being with him, we understand why after talking about marriage with Anita, he backtracked and then left her. Both Anita and I both knew something was up when he did that to her, and that it wasn't because he didn't like Anita, but for some other reason.
Huh?
I have a reason to think that, right? I know that I'm her mother, but she is such a beautiful woman, Anita. There's no way a man would be leaving someone like her without some far more terrifying reason behind it. But now that I know what that reason is, I'm finally at peace.
That reason?
The reason being that you stole her fiancé from her, and that's why he was forced to break things off and go to you.
I did not steal any man from her.
Do you think you can give up on playing this game with us so that Anita can go back to being my happy baby girl?
What do you mean give up on playing this game? Are you telling me to give up on wanting to marry my fiancé?
Well, isn't it strange to you that my beautiful girl cannot get married, but you of all people can? That man is supposed to be getting married to my daughter, Megan. His family is all full of doctors, right? If she is able to get with him and become his wife, my whole family will no longer have to worry about money anymore.
Wait, please. I'll tell you again, my fiancé does not know a thing about Anita. It's been 3 years now since we first started going out with one another. In other words, I know my fiancé very well, and he would never lie to me about having anything to do with Anita. And he would never be the kind of man to have 2 different relationships going on at the same time.
And that's because you had your way with him, right? Also that he would stop having relations with my daughter.
Can you please allow me to see Anita in person and talk all of this through properly?
You want to meet with Anita? Right now, that girl has been through so much after being stabbed in the back by both her friend and her fiancé that she's not even willing to go to work anymore. So stop trying to ask anything else of my daughter after all you've done to her!
But if we don't talk this over, then she's going to keep believing something that isn't true. And that will only lead to things becoming far worse between us down the road.
The fact is, you stole my daughter's fiancé from her and left her behind to have your way with her happiness. That's the truth. And I know all that to be true because I saw you with him at the wedding hall. Can I ask that you please stop hurting my daughter any more than you have already?
I am not trying to hurt your daughter in any way, though.
You're going to leave your fiancé so that my daughter can be happy again, right? And then I'm going to change your name on the wedding registry over to Anita and have that wedding you're planning out given to her.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's not only her that wants to be married to that man, but I want that as well for her. If she can become his wife, then even I will no longer have to worry about things like money and can have an early retirement. My husband passed away early, and so I feel that I'll never be able to get out of my line of work. I'm getting tired of having to work in this place, helping others have a happy marriage when I'm the one that wants to be happy for once.
So that's your reason for wanting to change my wedding and hand it over to your daughter, and then have my fiancé marry her during that wedding? That is going way too far.
If only I had just stayed quiet about you and him. Anita would have never been able to find out that you were with her man.
Well, too bad for you, Megan. She's so lucky that her mother works at that wedding hall.
Can you please let me talk with Anita? Right now, all I can see happening from what you plan to do is more than just my fiancé and I being hurt.
I told you, right? She is not willing to talk with anyone right now. She knows the truth about everything now, and I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore. You better be ready for the day that we get everything you stole from her back. We're going to make you pay for ever thinking it was okay to steal someone else's fiancé, someone else's wedding. someone else's happiness.
Hold on, though, please. Hey?
Long time no see. Today is the perfect day for a wedding, right? The weather is just right and the sun is shining bright.
It's about time you replied to me. I haven't been able to get anything back from either you or your mother this whole time. I've only wanted for you and I to meet in person so that we can talk all this through in person, but now I'm stressed out because of you.
That's because my mom and I blocked you this whole time. But I thought that I'd unblock you today so that I could give you the news. Ha!
What news?
Someone has to be around to tell the backstabber the news, right?
What are you talking about, Anita?
I know about today, Megan. About how your wedding is supposed to be happening today. I know that because my mom was able to tell me.
How did she find out about the date? My fiancé worked so hard with the staff to make sure to keep all that information private from her and anyone else not related to the wedding. We even made sure to only work on the wedding on days that she wasn't at the hall. Yet, she still found out all the details?
Of course. And all I needed to know was the date of your wedding. Nothing else. Well, I also need to make sure that I'm there so that I can get into your wedding.
What are you thinking of doing?
I'm going to make sure that your wedding is a complete mess.
What? You plan to make my wedding a mess? You have to be joking now, right? If you plan on doing something like that to my wedding, then you're going to end up putting yourself into a bad position. What the heck is that?
That is the ashes of your wedding dress that I burnt up.
You burnt that dress? Like you actually went into the dressing room and burnt the dress yourselves?
My mom was able to get me into the dressing room while nobody was around, and we both worked to burn it to ashes. It was way too easy. A backstabber like you has no use for a dress like this, right? You are the one that stole my fiancé from me, so you deserve to have your dress destroyed. You're not going to complain about it, right? Your wedding's going to be freaking canceled now, you pile of trash.
But I'm already wearing my wedding dress.
Huh? You're wearing your wedding dress right now.
My wedding is starting here soon, and so I had to make sure that I was set for it all a while ago.
What? Wait. But I just burned your dress to a crisp, right?
Are you sure that's actually my dress, though?
Who else's dress would it be? My mom is the one that brought me to this room after all and helped me burn it, and she works here.
So you're telling me that you went into the dressing room with the help of your mom with the intent of burning my wedding dress?
This is my way of getting back at a backstabber like you.
Well, I'm not having my wedding in that wedding hall today.
Huh? What did you just say?
I didn't want to have my wedding at the place your mom worked, so we changed plans.
Wait a second. What do you mean by that?
We were worried by the fact that your mom works there and had a suspicion that she would do something that would cause our wedding to be ruined. So we worked with our specialist to have the wedding moved to a different location that's a part of the same company. Ah, that's right. We made sure to do all of this with the utmost secrecy so that your mom wouldn't be able to find anything else out about what we were doing. So she only knew about the plans we had made before we made changes.
You have to be kidding me. So, in other words, you're telling me that you're not here right now.
Well, that's right. And that also means that the dress I planned to wear today is not being kept there, nor is the dress I plan to wear for the party after.
So then who the hell's dress is this?
I have no clue. But that'd have to be the dress of whoever is planning on having their wedding there today, right?
So then your wedding isn't going to be canceled today, and you'll be able to get married to my fiancé?
Well, about that, Anita. After both your mom and you stopped replying to me, I looked a bit into you both and showed my fiancé. But he told me he had no clue who either of you are.
No matter what he says about us and what you showed him, you are the one that stole my fiancé from me.
Well, actually, that man that you had been dating for a while and then assumed you'd be getting married to before he left you and never replied to you again is someone that I've looked into as well.
You know about him because he's your fiancé.
He's my fiancé's cousin, Anita.
He's your fiancé's cousin? What? His cousin.
For a very long time, he and his cousin have both looked really identical to one another, so much so that even their moms get confused sometimes. And actually, I've met him once before as well, and they sure do look very similar to one another. But of course, if you look close enough at them, they have differences. And his cousin happens to be a bit older, 3 years in fact. However, my fiancé is the same age as you and I are. And if you watch them from afar like your mom did, they both have the same characteristics. I can see why she thought that he was your fiancé when she saw him a little while back.
So you're telling me that your fiancé and mine are both different people? But they are both still doctors, right?
You already know that, right? That both of them live in a family full of doctors?
Well, now that you mention it, you're right. So what you're saying is that this whole time it was all just a misunderstanding?
Well, when I spoke to my fiancé's cousin about you and him, he told me the reason for him leaving you is because after talking about marriage, he learned that you and him valued very different things. That's what led to him saying that you both should find other people.
We value different things? What about what I value is so wrong?
Well, he told me that if he had married you, then you asked him to come and live with you and your mom at her house.
Well, he should be doing that for us, right? I can't just leave my mom by herself to move out of the house and into a house of his own.
But to get to the hospital that he works at from your mom's house would take him over 4 hours a day round trip.
Well, that wouldn't matter to him because he'd have me as his wife and my mom as his in-law.
You also told him to hand over most of his earnings and make you his housewife so that you didn't have to work anymore. And you asked that he make sure to give you 5 kids. And of course, not just those things, but also that within a year of you guys getting married, that he remodels your mom's whole house into a place of your liking. The cost of all that being around $1.7 million.
Well, when you want the house to be all up to date with all the newest systems, as well as have all the smart home features on the market, the price will be that high.
You asked to make sure that the house was made into a place where you didn't even have to put any effort into the chores. Even saying that he could have cleaners come in twice a week to clean it out for you.
Well, I want the place to be spotless all the time, and I'd also like some pros to come in and cook for us every day so that our food is amazing. That should be perfect to him as well, right?
Well, what will you do for him, Anita?
I told him that I'll be his housewife and do the chores.
But you're wanting to have a cleaning service come in as well as pro chefs to cook dinner. From what I see, you're asking for him to give up all his money so that you and your mom can live like royalty while he works all day. That's why he left you, Anita.
What I asked from him is normal. He asked me to tell him what I valued and what I wanted, and I told him everything. I said that I'd do what I could do to support him as well.
Did you listen to what he wanted from you?
Of course I did!
Well, he told me that you didn't listen to anything he said to you.
He has to be BSing then.
He said that all you'd say to him is that he's a doctor, so he should be able to make himself happy and support himself, as well as you and your mom. He was tired of being with you because all you thought about was how with him being a doctor, it meant he could get you anything. And that you wanted everything from him.
But that's...
He has left you now, Anita, so can you please stop trying to talk about him like he's your fiancé?
Where is your wedding? He's the cousin of your fiancé, so he'll be there as well, right? I'm going to come to that wedding right now. I want for all of us, including my fiancé, to talk this over. And I'd like you to help me get back together with him.
You want my help?
If you can help us get married as well, then you and I can become cousins or something, right? We'll both become the wives of doctors. How about you and I get our husbands to build us one huge mansion of our dreams that we can all live in, including my mom?
I'm sorry, but I'm not telling you the location of my wedding. And it's getting time for the event to start anyway, so I'm going to need to get going. But let me tell you this one thing before I go.
Your ex does not want to get back together with you, so leave him be.
You're telling me he doesn't want anything to do with me anymore? That's a straight up lie. Hold on a second, Megan. Megan, please answer your phone. I need your help.
There's nothing in this world that I'd be able to help you with, Anita.
Hurry up and get me back together with my ex right now.
I told you that that's going to never happen. He's over ever getting back together with you. So can you please just let him have the peace of mind that he deserves regarding you two?
If you don't get him to come back to me right now, I'm going to be screwed.
Screwed?
I need him to marry me right now so that he can pay off all the money that I owe.
What are you going on about now, Anita?
I am being told that I'm going to have to pay for the dress that I burnt, as well as pay off the settlement that's being asked from me. And the amount they want is massive. I'll never be able to handle all of this on my own.
But you're the one that chose to burn that dress to a crisp, right? It's only fair that they ask you to pay for their dress and whatever else they're upset about.
But that dress was custom made for the bride and tailored by a very famous man. And not only that, but my mom is going to get fired.
Well, that's because she helped you in burning up that dress, right?
Well, we only did that because we thought the dress was yours. Right now, neither of us are going to be able to pay off all this money. So I would like to meet my ex again and have him help us.
So you only want to get married to your ex now so that you can use his money to pay off the settlement you've been asked for?
He's a doctor, so something like that shouldn't be a problem for him, right?
I'm done with this. How much farther are you planning on being a problem for everyone? Because if you're going to take things any farther, I'll just block you and then you really will be without any help. But it's not like that would change anything because even now I have no desire to help you.
What? So you're totally okay with me losing all my money to a couple I don't know?
I do. And that's because you deserve all of that. You did all of this yourself with some help from your mom. So now you have to pay the price for it.
You're my friend though, right? You should be willing to help your friend out just a little, right?
Not only did you misunderstand everything like your mom, but you tried to burn the dress of your so-called friend. I do not need someone like you around me that thinks they can still be friends after that.
Don't say something like that to me. Right now, you haven't had to fall victim to anything, right?
It's not about me being a victim to anything involving all of this or not.
If nobody helps us, my mom and I are going to become homeless. Help us.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to cut all ties I have with you now. I can't be asked to deal with you any more than I already have. After this, the two of you figure something out by yourselves.
This has to be a joke, right? Wait, Megan! I was supposed to become the hot wife of a doctor, but now all my plans are falling apart.
After what had happened, both Anita and her mom tried going around to all their friends and family asking for money to help them out of the hole they were in. However, nobody had the money to help them with the debts they had and told them to find someone else to help them. In the end, they were forced to take out some loans by themselves and are using that money to pay off both the dress and the settlement for the ruined wedding. And to pay off those loans, they are both working completely new jobs, which mainly includes doing odds and ends work or being part-timers. And as for the relations they have between one another, their financial situation has really begun to ruin it, and they're left fighting one another day and night over who needs to be working more and paying more.
Hey Audrey, you and I are breaking up today. I have finally found the woman that I'm destined to be with.
Cedric?
I'm going to be married to that woman and live a happy life. And she already told me that she wants to get married, so we've already found a place we plan to hold our wedding at too. So you and I are over after today.
Wait a second, Cedric. Who the heck is this woman you're destined to be with? Haven't you been dating me for a while now with the intent of marrying me? Yet now you're telling me that you've already gone and chosen a place to marry this other woman?
As far as girlfriends go, you were a really good one. You never got upset with me about anything, and your cooking has been outstanding. You really didn't require any kind of work from me. But I don't see you as being someone I can marry. I only see myself marrying the daughter of a CEO and gaining a whole lot of money after I become her husband.
Huh?
When it comes to men, we sometimes marry for money as well. Anyway, just know that I'll be marrying her and gaining a whole lot of money doing so. Man, I never thought the day would come where I would be able to become rich this easily.
Wait. Right now, I have zero clue about what all is going on. Don't tell me that you've been cheating on me this whole time with that woman while you and I have been dating, right?
Well,
So you have been cheating on me, and with the daughter of a CEO?
well, yeah. It's crazy to think the daughter of a famous CEO is willing to marry a man like me. Right now, I'd have to say I'm the happiest man in the world.
How did you ever end up with the daughter of a CEO, though? Does someone with the money she has really want to get married to a basic office worker?
What are you talking about? How would you know who I'm really destined to end up with?
What?
Actually, you should know considering that she's your best friend, Erica. My God, if I'd known sooner that you were friends with the woman whose father's the CEO. I'm surprised about how well you kept her hidden from me for so long. The fact that she's even friends with a basic chick like you is crazy to me.
Are you kidding me? You've been cheating on me with one of my best friends? And out of all my friends, Erica?
And it's because I plan to marry her now that you and I are no longer a couple. I'm going to marry that Erica girl and become freaking rich. And maybe at some point in the future, become the next CEO of her father's company. Then I'd be on top of this world, winning at everything I've ever wanted to as a super popular CEO.
Come on now, Erica. What the heck were you thinking taking the hand of one of your best friend's boyfriends? I know that you've been going out with Cedric behind my back. Oh, you've already figured that out? Well, I was just told by Cedric a little bit ago that he wants the two of us to break up after today. He plans on getting married to you, so he told me that we're no more. And he said that you both already chose where you're having your wedding? Come on now, Cedric. I know that he wants the two of us to get married as soon as possible, but he shouldn't have told you about us just yet. I wanted to enjoy the thrill of going out with him behind your back for a little bit longer. Stop acting like you've done nothing wrong here and explain yourself. You've really done it now after stealing your best friend's boyfriend and dating him behind my back. And what makes this a whole lot worse is that you already planned to get married. Hold up now, Audrey. Could you calm down just a tad bit? I didn't take him from you because I wanted to. He was the one who fell in love with me first. He came up to me and said that he'd rather be married to me than to some plain Jane like you. Huh? Well, there's no stopping that from happening though, right? After all, I'm the daughter of a CEO and have loads of money. And on top of that, I'm a sexy-looking girl, so I'm obviously the better choice compared to you. It's only natural that he chooses to throw you out for me. Excuse me? If you plan to hold something like this against me, then go right ahead and be hateful. Even if you did look really good, you're not the daughter of a man with lots of money and barely make it by with that simple job of yours. If you'd been half as good as me, then maybe you could have held on to my Cedric and never lost him to my influence. Who cares that you're the daughter of a CEO? I've had enough of this. Where do you get off thinking it's okay to take the hand of one of your best friend's boyfriends like that? I've seriously had enough of you, Erica. It's not even like the company your dad runs is a good one anyway. I remember it wasn't too long ago that it was on the edge of going bankrupt because of your dad. So stop acting like just because you're the daughter of him, you have the money to just live the life you please. What was that? I remember back in middle school when your parents both died in a car accident and how I was there to care for you when you needed someone to understand you. Yet now you think that by having that title as the daughter of a CEO, you can just treat others like crap. Get a hold of yourself and look at what you're doing to me, your friend. Well, even if they are dead, I'm still the daughter of a CEO. What does it matter that my dad is dead now and is no longer the current CEO? I was born into this world as the CEO's daughter, and I'm going to stay that way. So even if my dad is now dead and his company almost fell apart after he passed, I am still the daughter of a CEO. What? And also, I have all the money and assets that my parents left behind for me. And all of that is available for me because of my dad. Unlike someone like you, I am able to live the life I want every day without having to worry about money. I'm telling you right now, Erica, you need to stop this. All that money you keep on bragging about is pretty much used up by this point, right? What? I know that you've come trying to borrow money plenty of times now, right? You've tried your best to live off what your parents left for you, but even that money has a limit. And I'm sure that now you're trying to find someone to care for you, and you're using your past image as a CEO's daughter to lure men into you. Why do you know all about that? I knew you never noticed a thing about me. The person that had to hear about how you wanted to come and borrow money after your money began to run out was me. What the? You were the nasty-looking chick at the front desk that I spoke to? You're the one that chose not to give me a penny even after I told you how much I needed the money and everything? I heard about how you'd be coming in to talk about how you needed the money and everything. And so to keep you from noticing that I was working the front desk, I did my makeup pretty poorly to hide myself from you. And I know more than just what happened between you and me at the front desk. I know that after I told you no, you stormed out of there whining like a child. But I never knew that was you there. How could you do something like that to me? I didn't do it thinking that I'd be able to listen to your sad reason for wanting more money. I did it just to keep you from knowing where I work. What I want to know is why you thought it was okay to take your best friend's boyfriend from her. Well, actually, I don't need an answer because you can have him now that I know how awful of a man he is. But you need to stop lying to him about yourself. Tell him that you're no longer the daughter of a CEO, okay? I'm not lying to him about that, though. I am the daughter of a CEO, all right? Now, you'd better keep that information about my parents and I a secret, okay? Don't you dare say anything needless to him about me.
I'm assuming that the invitation to our wedding has made it to you by now? We're going to have a special seat saved there just for you, so you better come.
What kind of special seat could you have saved for me? And I've never even heard of anyone inviting their ex-girlfriend to their wedding before, Cedric.
But I understand that, but to the two of us, you're like our Cupid. So we'd like you to be there on the day of our wedding to see the final product of you dating me.
Huh? I'm your guys' Cupid?
Well, it's because of you that I'm going to be able to marry the daughter of a CEO and gain lots of money. To be honest, for a long time I didn't think you had any good-looking friends that were worth my time until I finally found out about Erica. And once I knew who she was, I ran into her on the street and asked her to go out for lunch with me. And that was the day I learned that not only was she sexy, but she also had a wealthy father and lots of money. When I learned that, I thought I'd take my chance and tell her that I loved her, not thinking that she'd actually say yes to us dating.
So that's how the two of you began cheating on me.
If I had never started dating you way back then, there would have been no way of me finding Erica and telling her that I love her. So, to show you my thanks to you, I sent you that invitation to our wedding and have a special seat waiting for you.
I don't need any thanks from you, though. So I'm going to say no to coming to that wedding of yours.
Come on now. Don't say something so cold to me. This wedding is going to be pretty flippin' huge, with lots of gorgeous decorations and delicious food, all thanks to her father's money. I don't think you're ever going to be invited to a wedding like ours for the rest of your life, Audrey. This is a very important event for everyone, so put our past behind us and come see our special day.
Huh? You guys are having this wedding with Erica's dad's money?
And actually, it looks as though our parents are going to be handling all the costs of our wedding for us. Man, that sure does sound like something a couple of wealthy people would do for their daughter and son-in-law. I won't even have to pay a penny for this wedding, and that gets me super excited.
What? Her parents are paying? Is that what Erica told you?
Yep. Her parents both seem to be very busy people, as is expected of them, so I haven't been able to meet them yet, but if they're paying for this whole wedding, then they must be really amazing parents. And so, to show them just how happy I am to become their son-in-law, I put together a wedding worth over $1 million.
$1 million?
And that's why you definitely need to come to it. We are having a Michelin-rated chef cooking the food for us, and all the alcohol is going to be imported. We are putting their money into every corner of this wedding and make sure it's worthwhile for everyone.
That's going to be one hell of an amazing wedding then, Cedric. I hope you really enjoy it.
I will. And that's why I'm saying if you don't come to this wedding, you'll regret it all your life. I want to make sure that you know that, and that we put a lot of thinking into having you at the CEO daughter's wedding. I really want you to see what $1 million wedding, all paid for by her parents, will look like.
But that girl doesn't even have any parents anymore.
What?
Even after everything, it seems she's still gone and left you in the dark. That must mean she's still lying to you about herself. I don't want to say anything else that might harm you guys, so just go and talk with her about what she said before you have that wedding. If you don't talk to her before then, you'll both be left paying for that whole wedding with no help from anyone.
What's with that? Why do you think she's lying to me and leaving me in the dark? And what's all this about her not having any parents? Why would you say something like that to me now?
I just happen to know a lot about Erica and her family, and that's why I'm saying this. Erica is not the daughter of any CEO now. Her parents passed away quite some time ago, back when we were in middle school.
Huh?
And after that, her father's company had a really hard time dealing with his loss and almost went completely under. But even after all of that, she still uses her past as the daughter of a CEO to get what she wants now. But in reality, she isn't the daughter of a CEO anymore and is just another simple girl like me.
What? What the heck do you mean? Is all of what you're saying to me actually true?
It sure is. And that's why I recommend you talk with her one last time about all of this before you have that wedding. If you don't, you are going to marry someone who doesn't have a lot of money and will expect you to pay for her wedding.
You're lying, right? There's no way what you're saying about her is true. She told me herself that her father is a CEO and a popular one at that. That's not a lie. You're just messing with me, right? If she really is without parents, then what's going to happen to our wedding? She told me that they both were going to pay for the whole wedding and that I could spend as much as I pleased on it.
Maybe she was saying that with the intent of using whatever money she has left from her parents to pay for the wedding?
What? Erica really has that kind of money from her parents after they passed away? Well, if that's the case, then for the time being, I'm in the clear. If she has the money to throw a wedding like this with me, then who cares that her parents aren't around anymore?
I'm sorry, but I don't think she has the money to call yourself in the clear. As far as I'm aware, whatever money her parents did leave for her is pretty much gone now. And right now, I'm aware that she's been trying to work with legal loan sharks asking to borrow money to make ends meet.
What? She's trying to borrow money now?
Like I've suggested, you should go and talk with her once more about all of this. And that will be your chance to ask her about all the lies she's been telling you, and you can learn about the real story. If you don't learn now, you are going to have a very destructive wedding on your hands.
Stop screwing around with me, Audrey. You've really caused a whole lot of unnecessary BS now. I remember telling you to keep all of that a secret, right?
I'm sorry, but I just couldn't sit around and let you take Cedric down with you. There's no way in hell you'd be able to pay for $1 million wedding like Cedric told me you could. As far as legal terms go, you're trying to have a fraudulent marriage.
Shut the hell up! And as for this $1 million wedding, I've heard nothing about it. I only have another $10,000 left from my parents that I'm not going to be spending on the wedding. At the very most, I'll put maybe $5,000 of it into the wedding, but that's it from me. But what the hell is with Cedric making all these plans for the wedding that's raised the cost of it up to $1 million?
Oh, now I see what's going on here. So he must have thought that since you told him you're the daughter of a CEO, that your parents would pay for the whole thing easily. Well, it's not like he's to blame, considering that you told him your parents are rich.
Huh?
You did tell him that you're still the daughter of a CEO and that they'd be paying for that wedding, right? Why else would he be saying that you told him all of that? I mean, if you told me something like that as a lie, I'd believe you as well and go all out on my wedding.
I had no choice then. If I told him the truth about my parents and I, then he would have never gone through with wanting to marry me. I just wanted to get married as soon as possible, and this was the only way.
I understand how you feel about wanting to get married soon, since we're all at that age now where marriage is on the mind. But there are right ways of finding someone and very wrong ways, Erica. What the hell? It's not like everything I've told him is a lie, right? It's still true that I am the daughter of a CEO. It's just that my dad is no longer around, and neither is the company that he ran, but I'm still his daughter. In other words, you are no longer the daughter of a CEO. Erica, all you are now is a simple woman. I am not. I am still the daughter of a CEO and always will be. And that's the reason why I'm planning on starting a company of my own in his image. Huh? You're starting a company now? There are tons of other people that will try to stop me from doing what I'm doing, telling me that because my dad is gone, I'm no longer the daughter of a CEO. So if that's the case, then I'll just revive my dad's company like it was before he passed away. I'm going to make this new company in his image and give it the exact same name. A company with the same name? Are you actually running that company already? Not at this time. I have the company put together, but I have no idea how to actually run the place. What? Well, that just means you've made an LLC, but don't actually do anything with it, right? Well, it's still a company nonetheless, and so that's all I need. And I plan to end this company anyway the moment I marry Cedric. I just have the company put together to make him think that I'm the daughter of its CEO, and that's it. You've really gone ahead and committed a textbook case of fraud then. Making up a company just so that you can get the man you want? I started the company when I was taken out to lunch by him when you both still dated. I already knew about him because of you and knew that he looked like a great guy. And since I was able to show him my dad's company and say that I was the CEO's daughter, I was able to get him right into my arms. And that's why he and I are going to get married. But now you've gotten in the way of my plans, and I'm not going to forgive you for that one. I don't need you to forgive me for any of this. All I really care about is that you return all the money you borrowed back to those you borrowed it from. There's already word out there about how some of the loan sharks you borrowed from are looking for you. Huh? I'll just leave you with this. Even if after your marriage your last name changes, that won't be enough to stop people from finding you and getting their money back. I'm really not sure why you went through all of this trouble to get married to Cedric, but don't think that it's that easy to run away from your debts. What? It isn't. I can't get rid of this debt after I marry Cedric? Well, then that means there's no reason for me to be getting married to him right now at all. Of course you'd think that now. I'm not sure what will happen to the two of you now. But whether you both break up now or he forgives you for lying and you both stay together, you are still going to have to deal with the money you borrowed. You went around saying you're the daughter of a CEO, so make sure you uphold that image by paying off all your debt.
Aubrey, listen to me. I was lied to badly by Erica. Just as you had told me before, she is not the daughter of a CEO anymore. And not only that, but she started a fake company to make it seem like her father's company was still around. And she's got all sorts of debt piled up. She's a wretched woman.
She is supposed to be the woman you're destined to be with, so don't go around calling her a wretched woman like that.
What destined woman are you on about? I've already gone and broken up with her. And as for the wedding, it's canceled.
What? You went and canceled it? Even after you went and sent all the invitations out to everyone?
Well, you don't have to tell me that. I'm very embarrassed by all of this, and it's all her fault. But I'd rather be embarrassed about canceling the wedding than being with a woman like her now. And I'm going to make sure that she's the one to pay for the wedding cancellation fees. Once that's all handled, I'll get back together with you and we can get married.
Yeah. I'm going to marry you now?
I've already gone and broken up with Erica. So please, can you get back together with me again and make things right? I messed up by thinking that she was the daughter of a CEO, but it's because of me falling for her lies that I've come to realize how amazing of a woman you are.
No thanks, Cedric. You went and cheated on me with her, so there's no making things right after that. Do you really think I want to be back dating a man like you? And besides, you told me that Erica is your destined wife, and that's the reason you cheated on me with her, right?
Hey, come on now, Audrey. You and I can make things work again. And be honest with me, Audrey. You are happy to hear that I want you back now, right? You told me that she was lying to me because you still have feelings for me, right? Why else would you have helped me out if it wasn't out of love?
What?
I'm right? If you really had something against me, you would have let me fall into her trap and live a life in misery. But you ended up helping me out before that happened. You worried about me and made sure I knew about her lies. You helped me out of that mess because you still love me, right?
I just didn't want the two of you getting married. That's the only reason I told you about her. I didn't do any of that because I still love you, so stop thinking something as crazy as that.
Come on. You did all that because you want me back.
No, I'm serious about not loving you. And also, I have a fiancé now.
Huh?
To tell you the truth, just yesterday he and I met and started dating. And the reason we started a relationship is because we love one another enough to get married, making him my fiancé, in other words.
Huh? It hasn't even been a month since you and I broke up. Yet you have a new man now? And you already plan to marry him? That's way too soon to be thinking about marriage.
Our love has nothing to do with how soon we get married. You and I don't have anything between us anymore, and I love this new man a whole lot. I have the right to love him to the point that I want to marry him, and you can't do squat about it.
But listen, normally you'd still have some sort of feelings towards your ex, right? There's no way your feelings for me went away within a month like that, right?
But that's the great thing about this past month. I haven't felt a single thing for you since the day we broke up, and I am thankful for that. To tell you the truth, I hate people that cheat on others, and so you made it clear to me that you didn't want me liking you anymore when you told me about what you were doing. The moment you said you cheated on me, all those years of us being together vanished. And that's why I was able to find a new man so easily and find out that I really love him.
Huh?
So in other words, thank you for cheating on me. It's because of you being such a disgusting jerk that I was able to move on to a real man.
Hey, so you really don't plan on making things right with me? You really do plan to get married to a man who isn't me?
Of course I do. So don't you ever come around my life again, Cedric. I don't care whether you choose to leave Erica or stay together with her. But you did say that she was your destined woman, so you should treat her as such. Now you have a great rest of your life. After that, based on rumors about those two, they ended up breaking things off with one another completely. And following that, those loan sharks began to catch up to Erica to get their money from her, and she ran off into the night. At this point in time, nobody has any idea where that girl could be, and I think she's going to stay missing for the rest of time. As for her ex-boyfriend Cedric, he was left having to pay for all of the wedding's cancellation fees after his ex ran away to never be heard from again. And the fees for canceling came out to around $30,000. He tried to ask friends and family to help him pay the fees off, but everyone turned him away, calling him an idiot for what he'd done. And so in the end, he was left having to use all his savings to pay off those fees. And following all of that, he sent me a message saying that I should be aware by now that he is a way better boyfriend than my new man. But to get him to realize how wrong he was, I sent him an image of our wedding day, and since then he's blocked me. If you really want to cut ties to a disgusting man, you just have to show him that your life's way better without him. Hey, Fiona, what the heck is your problem, huh? Why the heck were you out walking with our professor? What business do you have talking with him, huh? Who do you think you are? Professor? Tia, I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you're talking about. I am talking about Professor Gray. I saw you two go all the way to your house and he walked you in, so what was up with that? Hold on a second, I didn't know that you knew Jonathan. He's actually my fiancé, but where did you two meet? Hold on a second, you're telling me that the two of you are going to be getting married? Yeah, of course, but as you know, I still live with my parents, so the last time he came over was to meet them for the first time. I had no idea that you and John actually already knew each other, though, but I guess you do because you already knew he's a professor. You've got to be kidding me. I really just can't believe what I'm hearing. You're telling me Professor Gray is really going to be getting married? And to you, of all people? Hey, come on, what kind of way is that to talk about me getting married? I bet you're pretty shocked, though, huh? I mean, we've known each other for so long, but you know, you haven't even said congratulations once to me about this. Oh, give me a break. You really think that I would ever congratulate you for this? There is no way that I can believe what you're trying to tell me. And the reason for that is because I'm going to be the one to marry Jonathan, not you. So let me have him. I will make him mine. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I am talking about Professor Gray. He should be engaged to me, not you. So hand him over. Why would he even want to marry someone like you in the first place? Ugh, this doesn't make any sense to me. How could you do this?
I'm sorry, Tia, but I really have no idea what you're talking about at all right now. Are you actually saying that you and John are engaged?
I don't have to give you my life story. You just need to hand him over to me. I refuse to let you get away with marrying him. I have always loved Professor Gray, and I'm the only woman good enough to be his wife. Got it? So just get away from him and give him to me.
Jonathan, you have got some serious explaining to do. I am serious. What the heck is going on here?
Whoa, Fiona, what's going on? Is everything okay? Is this about something that happened when I was at your place today? Is everything okay?
That is not what I'm talking about, and you should know that. My parents were over the moon to meet you. But the thing is that I just got some very upsetting messages from an old friend of mine.
You got some upsetting messages? Were they about me? Which friend is that? What are you talking about?
It's a friend I've known since we went to school together. Her name is Tia, and I think that you might know her. In fact, she was telling me how you were her fiancé, not mine.
Wait, what? Someone actually said that to you? Is she being serious?
I don't know. I mean, she knew who you were, so I'm just confused and want to know what's going on here. How do you two know each other? What is this all about?
Fiona, I'm really sorry, but I'm pretty confused here. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about. I do know a girl named Tia, but if you're telling me that she's been your friend this whole time, that's pretty surprising to me.
Well, you should know that she kept calling you Professor Gray and not by your name. So did you ever have a student named Tia or something like that? I know she was taking college classes as early as when we were back in high school.
Oh, really? So then she might have actually been at the college for longer than I expected.
Yeah, we were together through high school, but then we ended up going to different places for college. But anyways, she was always pretty sharp, and the school had a program to send students to college class if they were advanced enough.
I see. Well, okay, so we'd be thinking of a student I might have had back when you were just finishing high school. I don't know. I was teaching a lot of classes back then to be able to make ends meet. I just really am not sure I'd be able to remember a specific one.
But Tia was saying that you and her were engaged. Surely you should be able to narrow it down from that, right? I mean, did you ever go out with a former student or something like that?
Of course not. You know that I'd never ever do that. I'm not that kind of person at all. I might have gotten chocolate from some students on Valentine's Day or something like that, but you know the high standards that I hold myself to, and I would never do something like what you're implying.
Yeah, I didn't think that you really had it in you to do something like that. I just wanted to see how you'd react.
Well, if that was supposed to be a joke, then it wasn't very funny. Teachers have a duty to help educate their students, but they shouldn't take advantage of the positions they're in to be in inappropriate relations with them.
Okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't even serious when I suggested it. It's just that it's what Tia was saying to me.
Well, okay. Next time I go into the office, I'll look through my records, see if I can't find someone with that name. But I guess I'll be going back a while.
I really am sorry to ask you to do all of that, but it would be a huge help to me if you did. I get that this is probably just nothing, but I just don't think I'm going to feel okay until I understand what's going on.
Well, don't worry. I get why you'd be worried about someone saying something like this, and if it's going to put your mind at ease, then I don't mind doing this at all. So I'll check tomorrow and let you know what I find. If I find anything at all, that is.
I knew it. I knew that Professor Gray liked me more than he liked you, and that's why we're going to be getting married.
Again with this? What are you talking about this time, Tia?
I'm just saying that after I talked to you, I got a message from the professor. I told him how unfair he was being marrying another girl when I like him so much. I told him all about how I've been head over heels for him ever since I met him in high school, and he told me that he felt the same, and that's why we're going to be getting married.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I really think there has to be some kind of mistake here. Jonathan would never say something like that.
I get why you wouldn't want to believe what I'm telling you, but I'm only being honest. Nothing is going to change the fact that Professor Gray proposed to me. I guess you must be in absolute shock right now, right? Should I call an ambulance? Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary, but I am curious why you have his number in the first place. Oh, come on, you do know that I was a former student of his, right? So of course I would have his phone number. It's not that hard to find. And so you're telling me that you and John were talking and that he proposed to you? That's right. To be honest, I reached out to him, not the other way around, but he still proposed. Yeah, somehow I really don't think that's how things went. He didn't propose to you, and you two aren't getting married. You really need to snap out of this. I guess it's hard to digest for you, but there's no point in lying to yourself. Professor Gray and I have known each other ever since I was in high school, and I know he's liked me ever since then. Why else would we be getting married? I think it was probably the other way around. I think that you liked him ever since you were in high school. But I really don't think that you've ever stopped once to think about how all of this might be making John feel. You don't know what you're talking about. Sure, it's been some time since we last saw each other, but he was my first love, and I told him as much when I was his student. He told me that he appreciated my feelings, but that it would be inappropriate for a student and teacher to be in a relationship. So don't you get it? That was his way of telling me to come and find him when I was more grown up. And now 10 years have passed, and I am finally ready to marry him. When I saw you with Professor Gray, I knew that it was fate using you to bring us closer together. You really think that fate wants you to steal my fiancé from me? Well, of course. Haven't you ever watched a romance movie? There is always some kind of messy love triangle, but the mysterious girl from the past always gets the guy. Besides, I'm only doing what Professor Gray told me to do. I'm coming back to find him now that I'm no longer his student. This is finally our chance to be together. And that's why I told you that he and I were already engaged to be married. I didn't hear you once tell me how he proposed to you. You just jumped to that conclusion all by yourself. Come on, think about it. Or maybe you're just blinded by jealousy and can't see the point I'm trying to make. What point? You haven't demonstrated or proven anything. Now, there's no need to get so upset. Of course, I can't really blame you. After all, you've already introduced him to your parents and everything. I bet you never in a million years thought that I'd be the one to steal him from you. But I'm sorry. It's like I said, I'm only doing what he told me to do. He never told you to stalk him and try to marry him in 10 years' time. You know, this really is just getting sad. I had hoped that you'd finally snap out of this and face up to reality. The fact is that we're fated to be together, and now it's finally all coming to fruition. I am so sorry to steal him from you, so close to getting married, though. Well, you should know that I'm already with John on our honeymoon right now. Wait, what? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the fact that you don't know what you're talking about in the slightest. But you've really upset me with all of these messages, and you've basically ruined this honeymoon. But, wait, you two are on a honeymoon? Doesn't that mean that you two are already married then? That's right. We got married last week, if you must know, and we just left for our honeymoon today. Hold on a second. How could this happen? What do you mean you two married last week? I mean just that. We introduced each other to our families, and then we realized there wasn't really any point in waiting any longer. So we went to the courthouse and we had our wedding officiated last week. We've both already agreed that we're not really interested in a big wedding ceremony. So instead, we've just put all that money towards our honeymoon instead. So then, you two really left to go and be on your honeymoon yesterday? And you're telling me that you're really with Professor Gray right now? Well, I wouldn't call him Professor Gray, but yes, if you must know, I am on my honeymoon with my husband, understand? We both happen to have time off this week, and there were some good deals for tickets online, so we're spending the next weeks traveling all over Europe. This can't be happening. I refuse to believe it. You've got to be lying to me. Professor Gray was supposed to marry me, not you. You two can't be on your honeymoon. That's supposed to be my honeymoon. He's supposed to be my husband. What is going on here? I've told you what's going on, but you refuse to listen to what I have to say. But he's literally sitting here next to me reading these messages, and he said that he never got any messages from you. I really think that you need to go and get some professional help if you've been making this all up this whole time. I mean, you can't even tell the difference between reality and your insane fantasies. I'm not crazy, and they aren't fantasies. Professor Gray and I were supposed to be getting married. You're the one ruining everything. He proposed to me. We were meant to be together. Why are you doing this to me? I found his number and I reached out to him. Are you telling me that I wasn't even talking to the right person?
I'm sorry, Tia, but I think the number you got for me was just a number at the university I work at. You never had my personal cell phone number to begin with.
Wait a second. Are you Professor Gray?
That's right, it's me. I believe you took some classes of mine through the Advanced Studies program at your high school.
Oh my gosh, it's been so long. We're finally getting to talk.
Yeah, I'd actually forgotten all about you, but after Fiona told me about you, I went through my old records and pulled your file. I only remembered you because you were one of the girls who gave me chocolate on Valentine's Day. And I did remember that you cornered me one day and confessed the feelings that you had for me.
So you do remember. That's right. I told you all about how much I liked you, but you told me that we'd have to wait to be together. But now I'm all grown up and ready to be with you. Even though I might have dated some people in between now and then, I want you to know that I never forgot about you. It's so great to finally hear back from you. Can you please correct Fiona about all of this? You have to tell her that you proposed to me.
Tia, please. I just told you that you didn't even have my personal phone number. You only had a work number. None of your messages were even getting to me. They were connecting to a phone in the office.
But, I mean, even if that's true, I still should have been calling you at your work, right? And you did actually propose to me, right?
Well, I've actually been promoted, so I don't even teach anymore. I work more for the administrative side of the school, so I don't even use the kind of phone that you were trying to contact me on in the first place.
But then, all the messages I was sending...
I really have no idea whose actual number you were given, but I'd imagine if you were texting with anyone, it'd be another teacher.
Hold on a second. You mean to tell me that this whole time I wasn't even actually talking to you? So then, when you said that you remembered me, and you proposed to me... I thought I was talking to you, but you're telling me that I wasn't talking to you at all? Then who the heck was I talking to?
I wonder if it's the new professor who we hired recently. Now that I think about it, he is in the office I used to have. And there have been some concerning rumours about how close he's been getting to students lately. So, I guess there is a chance that he might have been pretending to be me this whole time, if he thought it would get him closer to a woman. So thank you very much for sharing all of this information with me. This should serve as enough evidence to finally get rid of him.
But wait, what about me? You're telling me that this teacher lied to me? I was never even talking to you in the first place?
Well, that does appear to be the long and short of it. Really, so I do apologise for my staff. I'll be sure to present him with this new evidence as soon as I'm back at school from my honeymoon with Fiona. But we'll make sure that he is dealt with appropriately, and if possible, we'll seek to have him fired.
No, that's not what I wanted to hear. That isn't going to be enough. I don't want any kind of apology from you. I want you to marry me. Please, you have to. I'm begging you.
Tia, please, just stop this. We were never even talking, and I'd forgotten all about you.
Well, fine. If my message wasn't able to get to you the first time, then let me tell you again how much I love you. I loved you when I was your student, and I still love you now. Nothing has changed about those feelings that I have for you, so please don't leave me.
Tia, you seem to think that I was just waiting for you to grow up. Is that right?
Of course, that's what you told me. You told me that teachers and students shouldn't date, but I knew that you meant you just wanted me to be older. But now I am. I'm grown up and I am ready to marry you just like you said.
Well, I guess I can see how you might have been able to misconstrue those words, but the fact of the matter is that I never had any feelings for you. I didn't want to be mean and shut you down or turn you away, but I realize now that I should have been clearer with my language. So let me take this opportunity to say that I don't like you. I have no romantic feelings for you, and I most certainly don't want to marry you. Now, I would greatly appreciate it if you could leave my wife alone and quit bothering her over what is nothing more than a miscommunication.
So you don't like me? And you don't want to marry me?
That's right. And to be honest, I don't think it's healthy for you to be so obsessed with a high school crush. Especially one that you had on your teacher. In fact, do you remember all the trouble that you gave me when you were my student?
What do you mean? What trouble did I cause you?
Well, there were a lot of rumors that ended up flying around the school about me. They were saying that I was having inappropriate relationships with the students. When I finally managed to figure out the source of them all, it all had to do with the way that you would talk about me to other students. You put me in serious hot water with the administration. I had to work hard to prove that I had nothing to do at all with what you were saying.
But I never meant to do that to you.
Well, you did. So, I hope you can realize that you made things quite difficult not only for Fiona, but for me as well. So please, before this gets any worse, can you just leave us alone and forget all about this silly crush? Anyways, we're going back to enjoying our honeymoon. Have a nice life, Tia.
After that, Tia finally left us alone in peace to enjoy the rest of our honeymoon. When John got back, he talked to the problematic professor and he confessed to messaging Tia because he thought she was cute. He was fired shortly afterwards. Then John and I went to Tia's parents' house and told them all about what Tia had been doing to us. Her parents were furious and told her never to bother us again. I heard that afterwards, Tia ended up packing all her belongings and moving far, far away. We never heard from her again.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.